Well, there was plenty of music that came out this year, most of which is bad as usual, but this is all of the music from this year that I thought was particularly good. So we'll start with a list of honorable mentions and then we'll go on into my favorite albums of the year.
Welcome to Tune Fever, baby.
Okay, let's kick off this list with some honorable mentions. Okay, Hedvig Molstad, Echidna, I think that's how you pronounce. Clearly not English. She's a really, really wonderful guitar player. Some of her other music is really cool too. This album is, in my opinion, her best work. It's kind of like jazz fusion mixed with like experimental rock is maybe how I would describe it. Amazing compositions. There's some horns. Still by Snooze. This is a cool one. It's kind of a shorter album. It's kind of like emo rock, but they also really like post rock and they really like math rock, and you can hear that. Really solid playing. Relatively unknown band. I've not heard of them anyway. I think they're fairly small. So they're new on my radar. I'm excited for what they'll do in the future. Kestrel's Dream or Don't Dream. Basically, it's like really loud rock music, but it has really pretty and like smooth vocals on it. It's definitely something I would like skate to or something. Also, Jay Mascis appears on the album for a guitar solo, which is cool. Big Dinosaur Jr. fan. They probably are too. But this is a really cool album. Again, from a band that I didn't really know before this album. Covet with their album Technicolor. They're kind of like an indie math rock band. They got a little bit heavier on this one sometimes, which was really cool. Yvette Young, fascinating guitar player and songwriter. And there's also vocals on this one, which is a little bit different. But yeah, there's plenty of vocals on this album. So cool. Delta Sleep did an acoustic album, recorded all around the world. I guess each song was recorded somewhere different. They do an acoustic album. I don't know. It was cool to hear these like math rock dudes play a bunch of their songs acoustic. I really thought it sounded awesome. Deftones wrote a really good album this year. It's called Ohms. It's better than their other kind of recent stuff to me. Man, I bought it. You guys know that I got it in my CD haul if you saw that video. 9-string guitar. Okay, Loathe. I let it in and it took everything. If you're down for some nice riffs, some really cool songwriting. I mean, if you're down for the sludge, I mean, in a way, it's not like the most original sounding album, but the songs are really good and the album is well written. So it's got to be here on this list. The Koreatown Oddity, Little Dominique's Nosebleed. This is my favorite hip hop record of the year. Well, I'm pretty sure it's on Stone's Throw, if that tells you anything about it. It's nice. It's got wild bars. It's like a real conceptual, biographical type hip hop album, with some like talking and stuff, but also it's top notch. It's incredible. Yeah, like I said, the concept of it is real cool. I really like listening to it. Okay, we have Lil Tecca, his album Virgo World. Okay, admittedly, I mean, I love this album, but admittedly, it's not as good as the one from 2019, which is top to bottom just incredible. I love it. This one, it is good top to bottom. I just don't like it as much as the one from last year. But man, this dude's basically popping off. Although he's a pretty down to earth artist. Whole album is just absolute bops. Like the dude knows how to make and write a song, and he knows how to have fun doing it. Good artist. Okay, Lil Uzi Vert, Eternal Atake, Deluxe, Love is Rage, Part 2. Long title, really long album. Honestly, do I sit down and listen through this whole album? I don't. I really actually don't. I guess I do listen to the Eternal Atake part of it. I have listened to that whole thing as an album before a few times, but have I listened to all the way through like track 1, which is like from the deluxe, like Myron, all the way through the whole thing? No, I don't think I have. But Eternal Atake was the album that I listened to because that's when it came out. And man, it's just a whole lot. So it's like, I don't know, but the music is pretty like unorthodox and it's cool. And on the Eternal Take side of things, he tried to go into the whole like alien weird cult thing. Honestly, was hoping for more of the weird alien cult thing, but it was fun. I like it. And yeah, the flow's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous album, but I got a lot of enjoyment out of all of it this year. Now we come to a jazz album by, let's see, it was Redman, Meldau, Christian McBride, and Brian Blade, one of my favorite drummers. I mean, I love each of these dudes individually and like their careers. These are all absolute legends in the game. And as a jazz guy, I mean, this is kind of like a dream come true. I was kind of, I've been seeing some of the things some of these musicians have done lately. It's pretty interesting. I guess I was looking to see some jazz musicians kind of like in the cut with this album, making some crazy, wild jazz. And this album isn't exactly what I expected, but that's cool with me because it's a really good album. Basically, like, it's actually like really bright and happy and kind of celebratory. That which I wasn't really expecting, but it's really cool to hear from all these guys playing together. It's a good jazz album. Check it out. Aceitas, False Peace. Man, this album's like an experience to listen to. It's definitely got like a lot of weird like ambience and noise involved with it. And it's like got some death metal stuff. It's got like a lot of black metal stuff. This thing, honestly, it goes pretty freaking hard. Strong recommendation to check out this album. Good, solid metal. All right, look, we needed some good black metal this year. That's a fact. All right, look, we needed some good black metal this year. That's a fact. You got Havoc Krunu with like we know Suyo Main Sot or whatever. Whatever that is, man. All right, cool. You called your album that, and I'm listening to it, and I'm really liking it. It's a crazy black metal album. It's it's not just like the straightforward thing, and the recording, it sounds quite nice, I would say. Great job, fellas. I love it. It's a good one. Okay, we have this crazy metal album from this band called Nuvo Lascura. It's called As We Suffer from Imagination or something, As We in Dreams or something. I don't remember the album title because it's kind of long and not really the point. Anyway, this is like a crazy metal album. It's cool because you got a female vocalist who like kills it. She is doing real nice. And yeah, the music is very like it's assertive. I'll say that much. It certainly asserts itself. I like this one a lot. Okay, Imperial Triumphant with their album Alphaville, which I guess it's named after some like horror novel or something. Uh, Not that I know anything about that. Just thought it was something. Yeah, this band, they're great. It's like this. It's black metal, but they put all this other stuff into it. It's just like a true art project. You put in jazz in there. They're from New York. Uh, Man, these guys, like, if I was in this band, like, I bet they love the music they make, and I bet it's like really, really fun for them to play and write and stuff. Like, if I was them and I was in this band, I'd be seriously stoked about what we were, or what I'd just be. This is just sick band, sick. Okay, this is Suicide Boys with their album called Staring at the Shadows. Stop staring at the shadows. Yeah, that about turned into a whole tongue twister for me. But look, this is a band that or a group, it's two dudes, they rap. I always follow their career. I'm always interested in what they're doing. And these guys, I think they consistently get better and better and better at putting together songs. And pretty much this whole project is really good. So it gets my cosign. This one is pretty interesting. It's Gene Dawson, his album called Pixel Bath, which I think has a great album cover. It's a kind of a bizarre mix of influences, really. Like it's like emo-ish, like pop punk, and then it's like trap bangers. It's a pretty colorful listen, and I think with a lot of like very interesting things getting said. Like, guy has some interesting things that he's trying to put out in the world. I liked it, so check it out. Bombay Bicycle Club album, Everything Else Has Gone Wrong. Look, this band, they just have that sound. Like, who does Bombay Bicycle Club sound like? Pretty much nobody. They just sound like themselves. And they do like so much kind of like exploring with their music in like different sounds and textures, and also kind of like cultures as well. It's a good album. Yeah, like, again, they always do good stuff. Okay, look, we got a new Fish album that's actually good, because a lot of the more recent Fish albums I haven't really been feeling, but I'm a huge fan of this band. They have like a lot of albums that are completely classic. Man, but this was nice. It was nice to hear something good from them. The songwriting's real cool. They're jamming. It feels good. I like what I'm hearing. We have Rob Mazurek and the Exploding Star Orchestra with their album Dimensional Stardust. Well, basically, it's like jazz vocabulary and several cultures' vocabulary, like informed classical music. It's like really cool, like compositions and performances. It's a pretty stellar and kind of futuristic, kind of spaced out listen that I really enjoyed. Okay, so right now we're going to talk about Fawn Limbs, their album Sleeper Vessels. They came through with a rather brutal sort of mathcore type of album. Wild listen, pretty unpredictable. I'm going to have to listen to this album a lot more before I kind of understand what's going on, but I'm excited to do that in the years to come. Okay, Femur's album For the Love of It. This is pretty much a band that I think I need to see live now whenever we can do that. Let's get that happening. Man, it's like a hardcore band, and they basically just are kind of unpredictable. I mean, this album was pretty much a total surprise. I'm absolutely looking forward to what they'll do in the future. All right, look, we have Sensorace with their album Oros. This album is like, it's one of those like mathcore albums, but there's like parts of it where I was like, dang, this like kind of sounds like Mastodon or something. Basically, it's like really heavy. Sometimes there's just such cool riffs. Yeah, if this is your cup of tea, you got to know about this one. You got to. Okay, Plastic Bag with their album, or Plastic Bag Face Mask with their album Content. Gosh. So I started listening to this band this year. They've got quite a bit of material out, and it's because I found out about this new album that came out this year. I've been checking out their other stuff. This is a very cool band. It's two guys. They play quite heavy, quite full of rage type of metal music that's pretty off the wall sometimes. I love their sound. Okay, Author and Punisher, they put out a live album, live little collection of recordings that they did between like January and March when they were supporting Tool on tour. They went to US, Australia, I think New Zealand. They put out this, it's 8 songs of Author and Punisher live material. And if y'all have seen the video where I was like, 3 artists that have a unique approach to making music, I made a video that was called something like that. I included this artist in that video because I find his approach crazy and fascinating and awesome. And this live album is cool because you kind of hear some of that process of just him kind of live performing all of his stuff he's composed. Okay, up next we have 3 Mile Ditch by The Witches, spelled with a Y. Okay, this is a band that I've been listening to since their first album, I think. They came out in 2014, which was called Annabelle Dream Reader, and I completely love the snot out of that album. And they had an album come out this year. So this band, they do kind of this crazy combination of like psychedelic and surf rock, and it's like really heavy and loud. Definitely like going for a really heavy rock sound, kind of Black Sabbath type of rock sound, but also with like that psychedelic and that surf kind of thing involved, and a lot of times their guitar sound. But yeah, this is a really cool album. They're getting really good at writing songs. That's it. That is the end of the list. Hope you like some of this stuff, or if you don't know it, you check it out and you like it. This is kind of my music taste in a way, for the year. This is just the stuff that I liked. I do want to talk about, I plan on making more videos, in this coming year that we have, including some new kinds of videos. I've been doing things like CD hauls and discography rankings and sort of random other videos, but there are some other things that I'd like to do as well. And so be on the lookout for kind of new categories of videos that I'm going to start doing pretty soon. Just got some other kind of ideas of things to start doing regularly. So I'm excited for 2021. Thanks for checking out this video.